The biggest challenge facing mankind is how to feed 10 billion people. Until 400 years ago, we lived like every other animal in the limit of food supply, depending on the sun to cause photosynthesis and provide the food we eat. But then we discovered a buried form of sunshine, concentrated energy that allowed us to transform our economy. That was the product of photosynthesis that had been fossilized and stored away. And unleashing that energy allowed us to fundamentally change the way we live. And now the biggest challenge we face is how to feed all those people without doing yet more damage to the environment, so that our grandchildren and their grandchildren have something to enjoy.
One of the key challenges that are faced by mankind at the moment is the issue of climate change. As a university, we are working very hard and in an innovative way, whereby we develop new models, new framework, new technologies, new systems in order to help various stakeholders across the world, across sectors, to reduce the environmental footprint.
The technology is there. The key challenge is really how we bring the society and industry to realize that there's huge potentials.
One of the key factors is actually understanding how people respond to some of the newer technologies. Actually gauging a little bit more about what they understand from this, their levels of acceptance, is going to be fundamental if we are going to employ this as a technology.
Project Sunshine collects a whole bunch of different research areas: solar physics, photovoltaics, photosynthesis, plant physiology, ecology, and brings them all together to synthesize a bigger research project from all the detail, to put it in the context of the world in which we live, to answer big research problems. The key areas of focus for Project Sunshine are understanding the sun, understanding how we collect energy from the sun, understanding how plants transform that energy from the sun into food we can eat. We bring many areas of research together in order to tell the story of the value that the University of Sheffield delivers wider, socially and globally.
Engineering in Sheffield has always worked very closely, very successfully with a whole load of industries. Some that are labelled as environmental research and some are perhaps less obvious in terms of the better utilisation of materials, improved manufacturing processes, the better use of waste and also the better use of energy. Very much manage the demand side. There are an enormous range of scales and mechanisms by which they can engage with us, from very small scale, very quick feasibility studies, through more established project-based work, through to fully fledged long-term industrial research centres.
One of the key projects that I'm leading at the moment is in the area of low-carbon supply chain, and that is a strategic initiatives and collaboration between 4 universities in the region to develop a new way of helping businesses and industry to decarbonize their supply chain.
What industry looking from university is new ideas, really. I think it's because the university have more freedom to look at various other ideas and options, and then with this knowledge we collaborate with them to transfer this into a more like exploitation of these new ideas. We're working with a number of industry partners on developing electric and hybrid electric vehicle technologies. For the electromobility to work, to be accepted by the general public, then it's really how do you make it very safe, reliable and very cost effective.
Sustainable design today is very important. Today buildings are the biggest contributor towards global warming. And I manage 2 master programs with a main focus on sustainable architecture, at the same time heading a research center called Building Environments Analysis Unit. When focusing on sustainable design, we have to make sure that all our new build is properly designed accordingly with low carbon agenda. One of the good things that the university is putting in place is to actually bring different disciplines, different research centers into one place to allow them to interact and collaborate on interdisciplinary projects.
I think there's been a lot of focus really on developing very innovative technologies in order to, for example, reduce greenhouse gas emissions from power generation. But you can have the best technology in the world, but if people don't like it or don't know how to use it, then you're going to actually struggle to deploy it in the sort of numbers required to actually have the impact that you want. So where psychology comes in is understanding some of the principles behind the choices that people make, some of the principles behind how people respond to environmental changes.
We have a unique combination of skills in terms of fundamental science, how that science is applied, and how it pitches into the broader world of research and commerce. And that's the right reason to come to somewhere like the University of Sheffield to further your research goals.